Well, g'day everyone, how are you? So it's another Clubmates TV little clip we've got coming here, and we're going to learn how to cook, what is it today, Sally? We got apple crumble, haven't we?
Apple crumble, yeah. Yes, Peter, that's what we're going to learn how to cook today.
Fantastic. Now what we're doing, I've got my mask on because I'm in Melbourne, so I'm going to take my mask off so you can actually see me and hear me. Isn't that better? Oh, I can breathe again. I'm allowed to take it off because I'm not in an office. I'm actually at home recording this, so we're good to go. So I'm not going to infect anyone. I don't have COVID-19, mind you, but I'm not going to infect anyone. But I've asked Sally to do some cooking for us. She is the queen of the kitchen, I've been told. So Sally, what are we doing?
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cook apple crumble, but it's a bit of an apple crumble with a bit of difference. I'm known as an allergy girl. I do have a lot of food allergies to stuff, so you can cook this in a normal way, or you can just cook it gluten-free, dairy-free, and also sugar-free as well, because I'm not using any sugar. So I'm just using the natural sugars from the apple. So yeah.
So it's a very natural product then.
It is.
So it must be good for you.
Yep, and also I know in Melbourne and Queensland it's quite cold here, so it's a nice thing to have during the day.
Are you saying it's cold in Queensland? That can't be so.
It's pretty windy in here.
In Melbourne, it's I'm looking out my window just in front of me there, and it's pouring rain and it's nice and windy and chilly here. So I bet you we're a lot colder than what you are.
It's probably, but you know, I've got the aircon on. I'm not.
We've got all our heating blasting because it's nice and cool here. All right, so what are we doing first, Sal?
What we're going to do is we're going to get the apples. Now, I've used the good old green apples.
Granny Smith. Granny Smith.
Smith apples, yeah. They've got a bit of a bitter taste, but not bad for cooking. If you do like red apples, you can use that. Adds a bit more sweetness to it.
All right.
So what we do is we cut it. It's up to you. If you're lazy like me, and I don't particularly like removing the skins, I'm just going to cook with the skins. But you can actually get rid of the skins.
So if you cook it with the skin, does it make it chewy or not?
I think it adds a bit more texture to it.
Righto.
Rather than just eating pureed baby food. Another thing is, if you don't like decoring apples or anything like that, you can go to Woolworths and buy a tin of stewed apples.
Yep.
You can go to the baby aisle. Or
you look pretty proficient there with a knife there, Sally.
I know.
You're whizzing around that knife quite easily.
Yep. I've used that a lot.
So in lockdown here, are you cooking a lot?
Yeah. As you can see, I've got the COVID little chubbiness going on here.
It's cuddliness. It's cuddliness, not chubby. It's cuddliness.
I think I've got a bit beyond the cuddly part of it now.
Do your clothes still fit you okay though?
Oh no, that's why it's gone chubby.
So that's why we're bordering on the chubbiness.
Exactly. So what we do is we add a bit of water in this. It's up to you what you do, whether you water from your tap, filtered water, or what you use on it. So you put it in a saucepan.
Yep.
And so you turn the saucepan on, and I like to use a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of cardamom, and a little bit of cloves as well.
Oh, sounds good.
So just to add a little bit of spice. You don't have to, you can just keep it as is. Cloves are actually good. Or if you have a toothache, apparently. They used to use it in the old times.
Did they really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. They used to
so what do you do? You eat a clove if you've got a toothache, do you?
Yeah, they chew on it, put it on the area where it's slightly sore, and they chew on it. And
mind you, we're not doctors, so don't take our word for it. This is just hearsay.
I'd be like to chew on some cloves, but hey, you know.
Whatever floats your boat.
If you want to try it. And
so what's that you just put in then?
That was cardamom, ground cardamom.
Ground cardamom. And you can buy all this stuff just in Woolworths, Safe, Coles, or anywhere else, Aldi. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And cinnamon sticks. So I'm just going to put cinnamon
sticks.
And cinnamon's good if you've got diabetes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, apparently it helps to lower the insulin in your body.
Oh, there you go. You're full of useless information today.
It is, isn't it? It is. That's right. Yeah. Now, hang on, I'm just getting more water.
And I was just thinking, Sally, I know you've just walked out of the scene there, but with your hair and your pigtails there, you look a bit like Inga from Sweden.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you're like the Inga from Sweden.
Yeah. Yeah. But except I have no blonde hair, you know? And I was thinking the freckles would be quite good, a bit of allergy type thing.
Yeah. Well, you are allergy girl, so yeah.
Right, yeah. So you put it on the heat. I'm not sure how long, basically, until the apples get stewy. Really?
Till stewy.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll show you what I've prepared before. I think it's enough time that you can just, walk away, have a look at your phone, do some Facebooking and stuff like that, and come back.
And should you keep stirring it so it doesn't burn?
No, not really. No.
So they just sort of, I've never actually stewed apples, I don't think. So they just sort of melt their way down, and then they're good to go, are they?
Pretty much. Well, what I normally do is bring it up to the boil. So it's currently starting to boil now. And then once I do that, because I've got it, I suppose it's a bit different. I've got electric stove. Maybe gas is a bit more controlled. This one's not. And then I just turn it off and just let it do its thing.
Yep, right.
And
sounds like a plan.
If it needs a bit more stirring, that's what I do.
Yep.
So yeah, it's coming up. You will need to, and it's based on the amount of water, so you will need to come back and have a look at it.
Yep.
And see if it's got enough water, because you don't really want to burn it.
So what we might do is we'll put this little recipe up on our Facebook page for anyone that wants to have a look at it.
Exactly.
And we'll call it Sally's Apple Crumble.
Yeah.
So at the end of it, we're going to take a photo of it so you can see it, and then we'll put the recipe just below that, so you can go, oh, yes, I'll take some of that.
Exactly. Okay, so now it's getting up to boil, so I just turn it down low.
Yep.
And it just does its thing. And then I
go its magic.
And do something else. So basically what I'll show you is what it's actually like. So this is one I prepared earlier. Can you see?
Ooh, that's looking good.
So it's basically, the apple is actually nice and sort of pureed looking. I haven't blended it or anything like that. That's just basically been broken down. And I've got the skins in there, so that actually just adds a bit more texture to it.
Yep. So you want it a little bit lumpy, is that right?
Yeah. Yep. And what you do need to do, so you do need to remove cinnamon sticks. If you like cloves, you can leave the cloves in there.
Unless you've got a toothache.
Yeah, well, I was thinking you could just eat it.
Just eat everything. If you've got a toothache or you haven't got a toothache, just eat the cloves. They're quite edible though, aren't they? They've just got quite a strong taste.
They have got a strong taste to it. It doesn't overpower it at all. And the cloves actually do break down.
Yep.
So for the cinnamon sticks, you just remove the cinnamon sticks off.
So do you get to eat this at the end, or are you going to post me the end product? Because it's got to come from Brisbane to Melbourne, so it may not last, but...
No, drone technology.
Drone, there we go.
Yeah.
I should have thought about that myself.
And say, hey, Australia Post, try one of your drone technology out, see how that goes.
Well, actually, funny you say that, because when I was in India last year, They had chocolate Taj Mahals.
Oh, really?
We went to the Taj Mahal and they had chocolate Taj Mahals, and I wanted to buy one and send it back to Australia, but they said, oh, it'll probably melt and it won't last. So they had no way of getting it back to Australia, which was a bit of a shame, but a full-on Taj Mahal. They had milk chocolate, dark chocolate,
Oh, really?
the whole kit and caboodle, yeah.
Well, they didn't have that when I was there.
It was huge too. Like the Taj Mahal was, you know,
Yeah.
like the size of a table. And then they had a little display one that was, you know, the sort of size of an A4 piece of paper, like 2 A4 piece of papers.
Yeah.
So just amazing.
Oh, I didn't see that at all. Oh, dear.
You obviously weren't in the know. You didn't stay at the right places.
No, obviously, no, because I'm sure I would have sniffed out the chocolate if it was there.
Well, we stayed at the Taj Mahal Convention Centre, and that's where they made it. We looked after it very well when we went there too.
I picked out as much as the.
Oh, you picked out the lumpy bits, the cinnamon and.
Yeah, it can be a little bit fastidious when doing it. Anyhow, okay, so that is going to be the basis. Now we're going to make the crumble.
Ooh.
So the crumble you can use flour with butter and knead it up through your fingers, or you can get some, I don't know, whatever your favourite
mixer or something like that and do it.
Yeah, whatever your favourite cereal is or anything like that. What I'm going to do is use ginger biscuits, and I'm going to just put them up in the food processor. So
I suppose the gingerbread biscuits bring another little add of flavour too, doesn't it?
It does. And the biggies that I'm using are just gluten-free and dairy-free.
Yep.
Egg-free.
So they're free of everything really. They're just air.
Pretty much. The only one thing they're not free of is sugar. They're loaded with sugar.
Well, that's the main thing. We need sweetening up.
Exactly. Hence why I'm not using any sugar in the apple.
I didn't notice. Yeah, you didn't put any sugar in the apple. So we're sugar-free in the apple.
But in the biscuits, a lot of sugar. So I'm just using this as an example. Obviously, I'm going to put a lot more than 2 in. So you put it in your food processor, or if you're feeling really frustrated, you can put it in a Ziploc bag and get a rolling pin and break it like that.
And bash it.
Pretty much. So it depends on, how much frustration you want to get out. So
it might be good, but that might be good for everyone in Melbourne, because then where they're frustrated with lockdown, they can go at the back and beat the hell out of the biscuits.
Yeah, I think so. And also it's good for your arm, the energy, exercise as well.
Exercise. Good exercise.
Okay, I'm just going to turn this on. It's going to make a lot of noise. It does take a while for the biscuits because they're quite hard to break down. You can use any type of biscuits, really. It's up to you. You can even use cereal, like muesli and stuff like that.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. So you keep on doing it, and what happens is it'll break down just into nice little crumbs.
Ah, looking good. How does it smell? Hang on, let me have a smell.
Smells great.
That's.
Nice and gingery.
Now tell me, Sally, because Sean's your partner and he's such a musical sort of a guy, does he sing your songs while you're cooking? You've gone very quiet. That's unusual.
No. I know he's a very musical person and stuff like that, but cooking is my time, really. I like it. And music is his time as well. So he's downstairs playing on his music, working the next performance that he's going to do. And I'm here baking by myself.
Slaving away over the stove.
Exactly. But yeah, sometimes he does actually, sing me songs and stuff like that type of thing.
Yep.
And yells out and gives me orders of what to cook next.
All right. Well, that's obviously because you're such a good cook.
Yeah. He's like, and the apple crumble is, yeah, he wanted some apple crumble. Okay, so what I do is put some butter in with it. Now there's a slight technique to actually use. So you can actually use butter, margarine. This is obviously a gluten-free, dairy-free, whatever type of thing. Fake butter, really, Nuttalex.
Nuttalex, but that's easy to get. You can get that anywhere.
Oh yeah, you can, and you can get, you can use fresh butter and stuff like that. Make sure if you're using real butter, leave it out, and the same with the margarine, just leave it out for a bit. It has to be sort of at room temperature.
So you want it sort of soft and pliable, is that why you're leaving it out?
You do. And as the health minister's saying, we wash our hands beforehand before we put our little fingers in the bowl. So I'm just going to do my washing.
Oh, look, it's health and safety first. Sally's all over this. Look at that. And look at this magnificent kitchen here. It's got all the little goodies. It's not a big kitchen, but it looks like it's got all the stuff you need.
Oh, it has indeed. It has. It's got everything in for a bite.
What's the black thing behind you?
Oh, this thing here.
Yeah.
That's my foodie. So that is my wonderful thing. It does. It fries, it bakes, it steams.
Oh, that sounds good.
And this is what I'm actually going to cook the apple crumble in.
Oh, right. That's a good idea.
So it basically does the same as the oven.
Yeah.
Oh, and yes, you will, if you have an oven, if it's a fan force, you will need to preheat it to 160 degrees. Or if you have a normal oven with no fan, you will need to do that for 180.
Right. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. I forgot because I don't have to preheat this. So Sean bought me that. Bless his cotton socks.
He's good to you, isn't he?
He is, isn't he?
Buys your cooking implements.
He does.
Is that a little hint he gives you every now and again?
I don't know. That just, yeah.
It's probably showing true love.
It is, isn't it? It is. Girl after her own heart. Bless her. So what happens here? Okay, so we put 2 dollops of margarine in it.
Fake butter.
I'm not very good at measuring things. I more go on the feel of it. So what this is going to do is it's going to make what does it do? It sort of makes it oily and sticks together.
Yep.
So it sort of combines it as...
So it moisturises it sort of thing. So
It does. It makes it as a bicky.
Yep.
Texture. So, and the process for this is you only use your fingertips. Do not use your palms or anything like that because it actually really clumps it together. So basically we want it to be nice little bits.
Crumbly bits.
I don't know, sorry, lack of the cooking terminology. I'm sure on MasterChef they would have the correct terminology there.
They have the technical terminology, but look, we're in travel, so we just have to know how to get it cooked and get it eaten.
Well, that's right, make it tasty.
That's right, we're all up for the taste.
And this is pretty quick. So, you know.
How long would it normally take you from the time you start to the time it's all cooked? How long's that?
Half an hour.
Oh, so it's really quick.
Yeah, very quick. The only thing is,
this might be my dessert tonight. I've got to go down to the shops today and go and buy some food, so I might even do your apple crumble tonight.
Yeah, and especially if you're because you can actually just buy tins of stewed apples.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got a lot of sugar in it and stuff like that type of thing. So, but yeah, pretty good. So you can use that. So anyhow, it's going to take me a while. We'll need to talk a little bit here. Sorry.
Now, the cooker at the back, they're meant to be very, very good. I believe that I don't have one myself. I believe they're very good to work with.
Simple, easy. You just pull out the base, stick it in the dishwasher, and that's it.
So easy to clean, easy to cook in.
Easy to clean, easy to cook in. I like, you can do curries in it. So basically, you don't need to add anything like a pot or anything like that. You can just use the base of it, saute it and stuff like that. And then you can set it for a slow cook if you want to, depending on what you cook. Or you can just put it as a pressurized part of it. It just depends. Yeah, it's just really good.
That sounds like us. How's the apples going?
The apples are good. They're ready to go. I'm just getting my little pumpkin.
So once you got the crumble done, then it's just putting it together. Is that all we've got left now?
That's it. So we're basically from the second final stage.
Yep.
So I'm just going to put it in a container, and then we're just going to cook it. Okay. This is what I'm saying. This is how it's turned out.
Yeah, it looks good. Yep.
It's like it's turned
Crumbly.
into
A sort of pasty.
Yeah, it's like a little crumbles, really. I suppose that's what a crumble is. So yeah, so it's gone from a powdery format to a nice crumble texture. Okay, so just wash our hands again.
COVID safe.
Yeah.
I like to see it COVID safe. Now, by the way, when you come on holidays with us, we're COVID safe as well. You'll see on our website we've got our new logo up saying that yes, we've done all our COVID training, which we have. And we're just sort of sorting out which holidays are going where at the moment. Individual holidays are still operating, which is good.
Oh, that's
Group
good.
holidays will be starting back up very shortly as well.
Oh, that's really good.
We can't wait to get out there and start travelling again. We have to start travelling again, otherwise all we're going to do is eat. All we've been doing for the last few months is eat.
I know.
Cooking and eating, that's it.
Cooking and eating, that's it.
Not a bad way of living, but it's just, you can't keep going like this, can you?
No, you can't. And I don't think your body can do it again.
No.
You know, just putting that out there. Okay, so there's my apple base.
Yep.
There's a bowl. You can sort of, it depends. You can actually put some non-stick stuff in here so it doesn't stick.
Yep. So grease-proof paper or something like that. Yep.
Or put some, you know, your good butter or whatever on it or something like that if you want to. Yeah, a bit too much complicated really. Basically just take a bowl that you want to use and we want to serve up. So this is pretty much what we're going to do. We're going to use this one. I suppose it depends on if you're having something fancy with that.
Yep.
So, and
Now your oven, that's all electric, isn't it?
yes.
So we're using all electric stuff. So if you got gas, you just have to change your temperature settings a little bit to adjust for the gas then, I imagine.
I think we'll put up, I'll put up some details in regards to if you've got a gas oven and stuff.
Yeah. You don't want to go burning your apple crumble because it just tastes terrible.
No, you don't. So, quite partial to burning stuff.
But don't burn this one.
No, don't at all. So, and also I'll give you the recipe of how many apples we use.
Yep,
So,
righto. You look like a chef there, Sally, with that apron on. You look like a proper chef.
This is Sean's apron, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So he does cook.
Yeah, no, he does. He's quite good at cooking, actually.
Yeah.
He mostly does the curries and stuff like that, and I more do the baking part of it. So we take turns.
You're the baking queen and he does the mains and you do the desserts, is that right?
Exactly. And you know, if you're a big fan of licking the bowl and stuff like that type of thing, obviously just make sure that it is cold and touch it.
Wait for him.
use the spoon if you want to. I'm not a big fan of apples. But if it's cake, yeah, that could be something.
I suppose if you have too much apple and you've got some left over, you can use that, for breakfast, on top of your breakfast cereal in the morning, or as a dessert at night as well, with a bit of maybe cream or ice cream or something.
Exactly, and you can do part apples, part pears as well.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, and the pears actually take on the flavour of the apples. It's
Yep.
quite neutral type of flavour. But it depends on what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So there we are. I've topped it up.
Beauty.
Really, depending on how much apple you have, you can put it at the top. That's okay. And then we just put the crumbles in.
Oh, so it's not too hard then. It's pretty easy.
It's very easy.
I like the ones where you can get your hands into it and you can play with it with your hands. I reckon that's good. So I reckon I'd like cooking this one.
Yeah. Oh, it's you've got to like in your baking especially. You do a lot of savoury cooking though, don't you?
Yeah, I do a lot of the savoury.
Yeah. You've got to put your hands in it. You've got to show a bit of love. You know? That's what it's all about. It's a bit of love.
Cooking is all about the love.
Yeah. And it's amazing how that love flavour tastes.
Well, I've actually been cooking a few vegetarian dishes just as a bit of a change the
Yeah.
last couple of weeks. So that's been a bit of fun. That's a bit different for me. So that's been good fun.
Oh, that's good.
Mind you, my two kids don't like the vegetarian stuff much, but Sharon and I know we've been woofing down the vegetarian stuff.
Oh, that's good.
Not for any reason, but other than just, a bit of a change of pace.
Variety and stuff like that, yeah. Okay, so here we go. There's a crumble on top of it.
Looking good.
So then, and then what we'll do is we'll stick it in the oven. I'd say put it in the oven for, if it's vegetables, as I said, for 160.
Yep.
And you'll just sort of see it'll coat 10 minutes.
Yep.
And if the coat is not actually done, I'll show you an example of it. Just add another 5 minutes for it.
Right.
But you can tell it'll be this sort of a nice crispy coat on top of it.
Yep. Yep.
So, yeah.
Looks like you've done this before.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Bit of it. Okay. That wasn't meant to happen, but anyhow.
It's the magic of going live and doing it. That's what it is.
Isn't it? It's kind of like me that's just flew off.
Right.
Okay, so it's in there. It's taking off. It sounds like a jet engine. So that would give you more inspiration to go traveling as well.
There you go. You can go flying. Imagine you're flying.
Exactly. So it's doing its thing. And just one moment.
But wait, there's more. Just wait.
So this is what I've done. So my very good. I'll put this from it. But it's basically, it has a nice crumbly texture on top of it. Nice brown.
Yeah, that looks good.
That's pretty much it.
So what do you eat that with?
You can have it with custard. You can have it with ice cream. You can have it with cream.
Or you could have it by itself, I suppose.
You can have it by itself. I would definitely recommend heating it up and eating it nice and warm.
Yep.
And it tastes really nice once it's cook it.
Have you ever tried to freeze it? Cook it, then freeze it?
No.
Right, so there's a curveball for you. So let's see if we can freeze it. I reckon you could, because it's only apple and the crumble, so I think that would be okay.
Exactly. So, yeah, quite interested to know if anybody else has any other different variations on it.
All right.
You can use different food types.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right,
So-
Sally.
So
That's it.
let me know if you want me to cook anything or make anything slightly different. Yeah.
And we'll have to visit Sally's kitchen again sometime.
Yeah, definitely so. Have fun.
All right,
Enjoy.
thanks, Sally.
Bye.
See ya. Thank you. Bye-bye.